Welcome back. Good morning. Jose Ponce here, giving you another new tip of the day. I guess at this point, right? Because I've been doing this consistently every single day. So, one topic I wanted to talk about, which I've been meaning to talk about, just didn't really know how to put it in perspective, right? Because I know most of the people that are probably gonna be hearing this aren't gonna be CEO owners, or owners of companies and stuff like that. And the question that I'm always asked is, how did you guys accomplish, what you guys, which, myself and my brother got going, which is, the real estate company. We got about 120, 130 agents. And we want to keep it at that, at that point of 100, maybe 150 maximum agents, to be able to keep up, with the service that we're providing our real estate agents, which is we're able to talk to most of our agents. We know most of our agents by their names, right? Most of our agents, we know who their families are and stuff like that, right? So we definitely try to keep that, that customer service with the customer, with our customers, being the brokers. The agents are customers, right? But I'm often asked, how did you guys accomplish this and blah, blah. And I'll be honest with you, man. Me and my brother, we don't have any kind of business background. We didn't go to college, right? We didn't go to university. My brother graduated from high school. I didn't graduate high school. What I can say is this: listen, myself and my brother, and I mentioned this in the past videos, we're very, very strong-minded, right? We believe in something, we're gonna go for it. We've always been the hardest workers, even as little kids. Growing up, we've always, like making money, right? So we always worked. It's always been, it's embedded in us, right? It's not something that we have to work at. But we do have to. What we did have to learn. We had to learn a lot of things, right? And we learned things the hard way, to be honest with you. Meaning, a lot of things that maybe we would have gone to college, maybe we would have known, what an Excel format sheet is, right? How to keep track of your numbers and stuff like that. My brother Ricardo had to learn all that stuff on his own. And what I can say is this: the most important thing, aside from being smart, from being a hard worker, right? The most important thing that I can share with you is to do it, right? Get in there and do it. Whatever it is you're trying to accomplish, whether you're trying to be a real estate agent, whether you're trying to be a real estate broker, whether you're trying to be an investor, whether you're trying to be whatever, a business owner, just in general. The biggest misconception is this: that we sometimes ask for advice for family and friends of what they think, and remember, you're asking from advice from, number one, people that have never actually own a business, right? So how can they possibly give you any kind of advice? Number two, most people aren't meant for the business world. It's an animal. It's not an easy business to it's not easy to open up a business, keep it open, and make it successful, and then make it successful for a very, very long term, right? Businesses go out of business all the time. They could be at the peak of the business, of their business, or their category, whatever that is, and then market shifts and boom, they take a dip. The biggest issue, well, one of the biggest misconceptions is that you open the doors, business, business will sell on its own, and it doesn't. You have to have not only a little bit of knowledge on sales, because everything is a sale. I don't know, I don't get that when people say I'm not a salesy. Listen, everything's a sales pitch. From the minute you wake up to the minute you go to sleep, you're selling, you're obviously your services to your wife, to your spouse, right, your husband. You're selling yourself to your kids, right? That you're out there doing the best that you can. You're working your butt out, blah 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 blah. Everything's a sales pitch. Everything is. I've never understood that. So what I wanted to share with you was a couple things that you may want to, if you aren't going through the stage in your life where you're trying to open up your own business, or you're trying to make your business currently successful, is number one, you have to have discipline. You have to be disciplined. There's no ifs or what's about it. You're either going to do it or you're not going to do it. Not the maybe today. Maybe I do it today and I don't do it for the next day, or I do it 3 days straight and I don't do it one day. No. It has to be disciplined every single day. Number one. Number two, as you open up the doors to your business, right, you should be putting in more hours than you normally would at your normal job, an 8-hour job, right? You should be putting in 10, 12 hours. Why? Because when you drop the seed in the ground, right, it's very easy to lose that seed, for it to dry out because you didn't water it, right? The hardest stage for that seed to burst, to open up, is going to be during the first stages, the first days of, or weeks or months, whatever, right? Whatever it is you're trying to accomplish. So you got to be there consistently every single day. You have to be the forefront. You have to be the captain of the ship, right? Not only do you have to get in there, so like we did when we opened up the gym, right? We had to mop floors, we had to clean the restrooms, we had to do whatever we had to do to keep that business open. And sometimes, I'll be honest with you, sometimes my ego kicked in where I was like, shit, I shouldn't be having to do this, right? I was running I was running a real estate team, successful, making six figures and blah, 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 blah. And then when the market shifted, it's kind of like, oh shit, I'm now cleaning toilets, right? But the reality is that somebody had to do it. We didn't have the money to pay anybody to do it. So shit, we had to roll up our sleeves and get to work, right? So we did all that. Once we were able to start generating enough income, then we hired an assistant to do that, right? Then we hired a a membership, somebody to sign up the memberships, right? And the same thing with the real estate company. When we brought this real estate company back into opening the doors, because obviously 2008, murdered our business. Back in 2009, I think it was, we opened up the doors again. And we started inside of our gym, right? We started on the second floor. As people were training downstairs, we were bringing customers upstairs because we didn't have any money to be able to open up our own business, our own location. Once we were able to get to the first location, right, it was just two little offices, me and my brother, right? Him on one side, I'm on the other side. A small little seating area, which our customers would come in. It was just a real small suite. I mean, it's probably the size of our conference room here. It was just very, very small, right? So then we moved from that stage. We moved on to the next office. The next office was bigger. Now we were able to get a front desk. Now we were able to get an assistant, which is one of our number one girl, which is Christina Tapia. She's the one that been with us basically since we started. And then as the team started growing, we started implementing. But the biggest issue, the biggest problem, another big problem, sorry, that I want to share with you is we didn't want to invest too much money on too many employees, right? Too many assistants, because we were like, well, I'd rather do that. Let me do it instead of delegating that, right? Hiring somebody for that position, we would want to do it ourselves because we're so hands-on. Well, we started realizing that, we were hands-on over here and we would forget about this part of the business, and then, we were just playing catch-up. So when we started implementing, and this is my brother Ricardo was the one who started implementing this, he started putting in, people into different departments, and then he started to grow it, right? Each department. And now, we have, 6 different departments inside the company that are running on their own. I mean, we literally don't have to be here now. We're always here. We're still here. We're still going to be here. We're always going to be here. So that doesn't mean, hey, they're running on their own. Let's step back. No, in fact, you just learn how to delegate, so it makes things a lot easier for you to keep track of your numbers. And then, you start implementing, maybe add another staff member in there, maybe pull a staff member out, or whatever the case is, right? But investing back into your business is super, super important, not only into the business, but into yourself, which is knowledge, right? We go to a lot of seminars, me and my brother do. We feed off each other as far as, information, because we go to a seminar, he'll get some of the information, I'll get some of the other information, and we come back and we share it, which is really, really important as well. But I think the bottom line is this. The bottom line is you as a CEO, you have to understand when you're first starting your business, you're wearing two hats. You're wearing two hats. You're wearing the hat of an employee because you're doing all the work, but you're also wearing the hat as a CEO. Many, many times we get stuck with the hat of the employee and we forget about the hat of the CEO, which is the biggest mistake you can make, because now you're working to make a paycheck versus working to build a company up. So focus on that. Focus on how do we not only, do the work, right? As we start making more money into the company, then we can start delegating, right? We obviously want as much money in our pocket, but it just doesn't work like that. You have to implement, delegate. I'm sorry. You have to be able to delegate. So therefore, you need employees and you need staff members. So it's a give or take. How much should I spend? How much should I not spend? It's one of those things where it's part of the learning process, right? It's part of the learning process. So those were some of the biggest pains that myself and my brother had, bringing our company back. And then I guess this, bringing the company back into opening the doors. Now we got the real estate company, we got the mortgage company, we got the escrow company, we got a flipping company, we got the rental company. We're working on the insurance company right now, and also the home inspection company. So we will be having here in the next few months our own home inspection company as well. Nonetheless, I wanted to share those thoughts with you guys. I wanted to, it's not an easy road. They say that success is a lonely, dark road, right? And you have to understand that it's going to be a grind. It's going to be a grind. More importantly, there's always a light at the end of that road. If you just implement discipline, right? If you implement a schedule, if you pay attention to the employee and the CEO, right? Two different jobs. You have to understand that. get in and get out, right? Meaning you want to make as much money as you can, right? And you want to get out of there as soon as possible. That is never going to happen. You're never going to be able to do that. That's something that you have to understand, that as your company starts to build up like we are right now, right? There's new challenges, new problems. The problems don't go away because you're making more money. In fact, you probably get more money, more problems. I'm sure you guys heard that one before, right? It's very true. It's very true. So a couple thoughts, again, I wanted to share with you guys. Hey, listen, myself and my brother were open ears, if you ever trying to build a company and you need some help and you're like, hey, I don't know where to go with this, drop us a line. Our company is always available to sit down and help you out. No strings attached. We're not charging you anything. We're not going to sign you up to no membership or anything like that. We like to help people out because we like to see people succeed. We reached out to many, many people, people in our business, real estate, for help when we were first trying to come back, and we got shut down many, many times. And it's very unfortunate. I was like, I was pissed. I was mad, right? But I was like, man, that sucks. What if it was someone else, right? Some other kids, some other youngsters, right? Trying to bring their, build themselves up, and they need some help, maybe some mentorship or whatever. You don't got 30, 45 minutes for that. That was insane to me. It's mind-boggling, to be honest with you. So my brother Ricardo is always more than happy to share. I'm always more than happy to share. Drop us a line. If you ever need any help, reach out. Hey, listen, it's Friday. So have yourself a great weekend. It's going to be fun for me. I got a lot of things planned. And I will be checking back in on Monday or Tuesday, and I'll drop a new video. And actually, I want to maybe go check out the properties, see how they're doing, making sure my money is being invested well. You guys have a great day. Take care. We'll see you guys on the next one.